we go. Yeah. Tech King Mike. Tanner so lit. Alright. It's Saturday, yep, it's time to brawl. One of these cats gotta fall. Damn right, it's a tech fight. You're damn right, it's a tech fight. Man, it's Saturday, man, it's time to brawl. One of these cats gotta fall. You're damn right, it's a tech fight. You're damn right, it's a tech fight. So easy, cue the funeral. The funeral. The funeral, the loser gotta go. Oh, easy, cue the funeral. The funeral. The funeral, the loser gotta go. Oh.
All right. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Saturday night tech fight. We are in the building today because we are about to get busy with the first Saturday night tech fight of 2021. It is 2021. Happy New Year to you all for being here and watching. And yeah, we made it. Mama, we made it. We made it through 2020 and all of the BS. And we're here tonight to have a good time and enjoy two gentlemen going head to head in a classic one-on-one tech fight brawl, all about the supremacy of Apple in 2020. Now, for those of you out there that don't know what supremacy means, because I know it might fly over some of y'all heads, supremacy means the domination, the utter cutthroat, just rule of something. And Apple, we all know, just kind of drug they nuts all over everybody's faces in 2020. So we're going to have a few questions tonight that are going to be talking about that. Before I bring the gentleman in and announce who's fighting tonight, I'm going to go ahead and bring in my judges. As always, I have with me my good friend, that Lord Peachy, that Scotch Peachy. Welcome back, sir.
How's it going?
It's good to have you back. It's good to have you here, sir.
I didn't arrive 3 minutes before the show started. It's all good. I was here.
No. Scott was here well ahead of time. He was here well ahead of time. He just, the next judge I'm going to bring in is another one of everyone's favorites, another classic that has come back to join us in 2021. The no nonsense Adrian L is in the building. Welcome,
Adrian.
Hello.
How are you?
Doing all right. Happy New Year to you, ma'am. Happy New Year.
Same to you.
And of course, it wouldn't be a fight about Apple if I didn't have the captain of Team Apple. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's guest judge of the evening is the man about tech. Viper, welcome, sir.
What's up?
All right. So you guys have heard me say that tonight's fight is going to be all about Apple. We got 5 questions. So when I tell you guys this is a classic tech fight, we're going back to the roots, back to the beginning. This is a 5-question fight. Whoever wins will be the last man standing who has the most points from the judges at the end of the fight. Now, there's also an announcement to be made. The winner of tonight's fight will get the first pick in the season finale battle royale, which will be commencing after several more tech fights have gone. So whoever wins tonight of the 2 competitors, I know you guys are backstage listening. Just keep that in mind. You win tonight, you get first pick when it comes to the battle royale. So if you want to make sure you stay king of the hill in that fight, make sure you win tonight. Now, let's go ahead and get ready to bring these 2 guys in. I have 2 gentlemen who recently started channels last year, 2 very knowledgeable gentlemen. They both know a lot about Apple. They are deep into the Apple ecosystem. One of them has been chronicling his journey with Apple Fitness. The other one recently changed his name, and I like what he did. He changed his name to go more from hardware to user experience, software experience. So I'm going to introduce everybody to Gabriel T Black and Moe Tech UX. Welcome, gentlemen, to tonight's tech fight. How are you guys ready? Let me get everybody in position here. All right. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get this thing cracking. Now, you guys have watched the battle royales. Both of you have competed in the battle royale, but this is your first time in a one-on-one fight. So this is how it's going to go down. You both will get 1 minute and 30 seconds to argue your side of the question. Mind you, you have to choose a side of the question. So all the questions are geared to where you have to either say a yes or a no. Now, once you have finished your minute and a half, you guys will get a total of 1 minute to go back and forth, aka the rebuttal phase. Now, I will say this one time and one time only. If I don't think either one of you will have this problem, but I'm going to say it anyway, because I know things can get heated. If anybody gets to cursing or if there's any language, I will mute you. So make sure you watch yourself, make sure you control yourself, and make sure your mic is good, because if the other person is out talking you, I can't do nothing about that. I can't do nothing about that, and neither can the judges. So if you want to be heard, damn it. That's all I got to say. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. I feel like I'm talking loud because I think these things are canceling noise, so my bad if I'm yelling in your ear. But let's go ahead and start with the first question of the evening. And the question is, did Apple damage the industry by removing the charging brick from their devices? Did Apple damage the industry by removing the charging brick from their devices? This question's context is based in the fact that we all know Apple removed the charging brick for environmental purposes. Well, we also know that a lot of companies made fun of them, and now look who's doing the same thing in 2021. So did they damage the industry by removing the charging brick? I didn't even get a brick with my Apple Watch. I was low-key kind of pissed off about that. So, Gabriel, because you were here first backstage, you will go first. Okay. So, will you say yes or no?
I will say no. And I will allow Mo to go first on the yes.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Trying to get that smoke out there early. Ooh.
Brother Mo, that means that you must argue yes, that they did damage the industry. You will have 1 minute and 30 seconds, and your time will start now, sir.
All right. So to defend the point that Apple did damage the industry, I would like to focus on two main things. First, Apple knows they are a trendsetter, and they know they are perpetuating something that it was 100% honest. Yes, that's true. They are helping their environment to an extent. But then what they did is all the new iPhones that came out once they pulled this move were iPhones that had Type-C to Lightning connectors on them. So now the only people who are able to actually have a brick at home that supports it technically are people who have bought an iPhone 11 series device. So, and Apple knows themselves, a majority of people do not upgrade year over year. So what they've actually done now is actually create more of a problem, because now all of these people have to go out to buy bricks to support their new device, especially for those people who did not know it. And these devices, Apple's happily to sell you these devices, these chargers for 20 watts. And also, what Apple also failed to do is, yeah, the new 12 series are all capable of fast charging, and also the 11 Pro models are capable of fast charging. But the only way to get to those maximum charging speeds is not by using that 5-watt brick that they say, oh, everyone has. You actually have to go out and buy that 18-watt, 20-watt power brick, which again makes more money for them. And also, there's a rumor, a very substantiated rumor, that Apple plans to go portless, whether on iPhone 13 or 14. And now you're forcing people to go buy more bricks now. And now once they buy those bricks and then they get an iPhone 13 or 14, those bricks are pretty much useless because...
Mo, your time is over. Your time is over. Gabriel. 1 minute, 30 seconds. You know your side of the argument. Are you ready, sir?
I am.
Let's go.
Judges, this argument is based on logic, not on emotion. I understand the videos and the feelings out there saying that the charger isn't in the box and people freaking out. I understand that, but we have to use logic. The question is, did Apple damage the industry? My competitor here himself just said that Apple is a trendsetter, and yet they took the charger out. This means that there is a trend that will help the industry moving forward. His own words kind of backfired on him. Apple is a trendsetter, and now you see other companies. First is Samsung, who said, no, this is an absolute, shame to the industry. But now they're doing it themselves. The question is, did Apple damage the industry itself? The industry is about creating profits. It is not about what makes the customers happy. The customers will follow. You're right, Mo. Apple does set the trends. And in this case, Apple did not hurt the industry by being the first mover, by reducing the cost and introducing more profit to the company that will ensure more research and development down the line to get away from these flimsy cables that we have to plug in. I'm going to end my argument there because, quite frankly, the fact that Apple has damaged the industry doesn't make sense, judges, and I know you will agree if you take the emotional component out of this equation.
Okay. All right. So Gabriel said he's going to leave it there, and one of our judges disconnected. Not sure exactly what happened, but I'm sure she's back. All right. So she's back. Had to make sure. Okay. So now you guys are going to go into what we call the rebuttal, which means you have 1 minute to argue your case against each other. Remember what I said. There is a tad bit of chopping, so make sure you guys are aware of that. There's a little bit of lag on the Bluetooth, but if you're not heard, that's not my problem. Those three people above you, those are who you need to hear you. You guys have 1 minute to go back and forth, and your time begins now.
All right. So first, I want to clarify.
Have to focus on the industry itself. The question is revolving: did Apple damage the industry?
Can be bad or
the
good.
consumer is going to either follow or not follow, and that's not the question.
Is satisfied by
it comes down to the industry. You are not paying attention to the question being asked. That's why the judges need to be aware of the question and your framing.
They're not a trend. No, they're not a framing. Trends can be bad trends. That happens all the time. When oil companies start to skim off and buy their own profits,
because your argument does not make sense in regard to the argument itself.
Apple knows its power in the market, and they know their customer dominant. So they know that if other companies see that Apple's saving money or removing the box, they'll follow the same trend, even if it's at the detriment
of
the
they're setting the trend that will lead the rest of the industry to remove the charging rate, and it is not a bad move for the industry. Have you ever worked in a corporate where profit is number one? Reduce costs, increase profit. It's just the way of the world.
Everybody shut up!
I can't believe that worked. That was great, Mike.
Wow. I'm impressed. All right. Viper, what do you have for that round?
I got Gabriel T. Black.
Okay. Mr. Peachy.
Man, that's hard.
Here we go again.
Hey, LSU. Shh.
Ooh.
You really want to go there?
Hey, we won last night. I'm going to take that. Anyway, I'm going to actually go with Mo.
Okay. Adrian, who do you have?
Since it seems like on this round, I'm basically the only vote that matters. I'm going to go with GTB on this round.
The GTB has 2 points to Mo's 1 going into the next round. All right. So now it's time for the next question. The next question shall be, was Apple wrong to exclude Touch ID from the iPhone 12 line? Was Apple wrong to exclude Touch ID from the iPhone 12 line? Now let's just face facts. Wearing a mask sucks. Face ID with the mask sucks. They put Touch ID in the power button on the new iPad Air. Why couldn't they have done it on the iPhone 12? If it was in the works to do it on that device, could they have done it on the iPhone 12? And were they wrong for not doing it on the iPhone 12 lineup? So, Gabriel, since you won that round and you deferred to Mo last round, Mo, what side of this argument will you choose? Yes or no?
I would say yes.
Okay.
I'd like to hear Gabriel's argument first.
Another deferment. You guys want to give each other the smoke. I see how this is going to go. All right. So, Gabriel, your side, you know your side. Okay. You'll have 1 minute and 30 seconds, Mr. Gabriel T. Black, and your time starts now.
Judges, was Apple wrong to exclude Touch ID from the iPhone 12 line? We have to acknowledge one thing and get some basic facts out there. The iPhone 12 was designed pre-pandemic. The question does not revolve around a pandemic being a circumstance that we have to live through. The question is, was Apple wrong to exclude Touch ID from the iPhone 12 lineup? We have to acknowledge that this phone was being designed in a world that did not have a mask requirement or necessity, if you will, in our society, which means that we need to take that out of the equation. So was Apple wrong to exclude Touch ID from the iPhone 12? No, absolutely not. In a COVID-less world, that would have been the natural next step in the iPhone 12 progression. Now, we're not talking about iPhone 13 or 14 or any phone designed after this current pandemic. We are addressing a phone that was created beforehand, which means that no, Apple was not wrong to exclude Touch ID. I believe that that would have been a step back from the original design that was introduced with the iPhone 10. I will conclude there.
Okay. You're leaving a little bit of time on the clock, but you said you're good, so we're going to back it out. All right, Brother Mo, you know your side of the argument. You have 1 minute and 30 seconds, and let's get busy.
So I believe Apple was wrong for it, but as my opponent said, yes, the iPhone 12 may have been designed before the pandemic started, but it was not in mass production before then. Apple was one of the early pioneers of Touch ID. So to take that technology, as alluded to on the iPad Air, there's already Touch ID on the power button and already multiple manufacturers. We all know it's not as expensive to add Touch ID if it's an older technology. So to include that there for the benefit of the consumer, Apple well knows that this pandemic is here to stay. And all the science and all the facts point to that. They know this. So if they were really interested in making sure their consumers were have the best possible experience with their device, then they would have at least included Touch ID on at least some of the 12 models. I know Apple likes to keep things streamlined, but it's almost become a necessity, especially when outside, in transit, while traveling. You have your mask on or constantly have to put it down and put it up. It's annoying and it's frustrating to say the least. So to include Touch ID in the power button, it may have been a little bit of a trouble for Apple, but at the end of the day, it would have benefited their consumers. And multiple manufacturers include two methods of authentication. So you have facial authentication, and you have also the in-display fingerprint for some people. Some people put on a power button, like folks like the Pixel put it behind the device. So Apple definitely had the capabilities of doing it. And also, they didn't start mass production, and then the pandemic happened. The pandemic happened while they were still there.
All right, she's back. She had to go grab something. Okay, so you guys got 1 minute to go do your thing back and forth, and let's go.
Mo, you're a bit incorrect in saying that the iPad, has the touch. That's a false flag right there. The iPad Air never did away with Touch ID. The iPad Air never did away with Touch ID. This new introduction of Touch ID was a reiteration of what was already there. We're not talking about the pros. You mentioned that other manufacturers need two ways to get in. That's because the other manufacturers suck at doing it right. Apple got Face ID correct. People may not have been used to it at the very beginning, but they did it right. They only need the one. Given away with the pandemic and COVID, Touch ID isn't a necessity for the iPhone. That's why they moved to it in the first place. Your argument doesn't make sense. You're trying to bring in outside manufacturers into an Apple that is far superior to these manufacturers. Why are you introducing a false flag? The judges are more logical than that.
It's not a false flag because Apple didn't
start
production. Gotta love that.
All right. Scott, you go first this time. Who you got?
I have Gabriel.
Okay. Scott goes with Gabriel. Viper, who you got?
Before I render my decision here, Mo, whatever mic you're using is not doing you justice tonight, bro. I don't know if you can change it out or whatever it is, but I can hear Gabriel all over you when you guys going back and forth.
I believe if I may interject what it is, I believe it's the Bluetooth from the AirPods. If you have a pair of corded headphones like Gabriel, that probably might help out a little bit because there is a slight chop when you're talking. That's the only thing. Other than that, you're good.
Yeah, but I can hear Gabriel better than I can hear you, bro. I'm going Gabriel for the argument though.
Okay. Adrian, who do you have?
It would have been a TKO. I had Gabe.
Okay. Well, We still have
Let
time.
me just ask a question. Do I sound choppy? Because I'm Bluetooth.
No.
Oh.
Oh, well, Mo, you got to step it up. I don't know what to tell you.
Wait.
I mean,
Whoa.
I ain't
How
got
about you?
500 of those.
Adrian said it would have been a
headphones.
TKO if the knockout rule not in effect tonight. What's happening here?
No, it is not in effect tonight.
Oh, okay.
Nope. There is no knockout rule in effect tonight. Tonight it is a pure point-based system.
Gotcha.
So it's purely point-based, which means Mo, you have time to catch back up. But it ain't looking good right now.
It's
Ain't looking
definitely
good.
not.
And we got 3 more questions left. So
You don't have no headphones.
Not wired headphones. I'm one of the guys who went all Bluetooth all the way.
Boy, I hope there's not a Bluetooth question coming up. I hope there's not a Bluetooth question coming up. Oh, Mike, no, don't do him dirty.
No. All right. So Mo, I think you'll enjoy going first on this one because I think this question might be a little bit interesting. Does Apple Fitness Plus pose a threat to gym memberships? Does Apple Fitness Plus pose a threat to gym memberships?
Damn, that's a good question. Wow.
So, Mo, are you going to say yes or no? Bars.
Oh, he gets the bigger gun.
Does Apple Fitness Plus?
Yes, Mo's going to go first
is
because you won that round by complete knockout.
Oh, okay.
So-
I would say no. It doesn't pose a threat to gym memberships.
Okay. Gabriel, that means you will say it does pose a threat to gym memberships. As it stands right now, be aware the points are 5-1 in favor of Gabriel T. Black. There are 2 more questions after this one, so that means Mo, you do have a chance to get yourself out of this hole, but you gotta come with it. You have 1 minute and 30 seconds. I believe in you, Mo. I believe in you. Bring it home.
All right. I don't believe Apple Fitness Plus causes a problem to gym memberships just because Apple Fitness Plus is geared to at-home equipment and people being at home and working out. So being at home, working out wasn't quite the norm only because home is a space normally where people just like to be peaceful and tranquil, unless you do have your own private gym, which most people do not. So a gym is the area where most people would just go because you have all the equipment available to you. You have sometimes extra equipment that you just won't have available in Apple Fitness Plus. For example, if you have specific weights, if you went up in your weight class. I'm someone who gyms a lot, so I personally know that you don't stay stationary for long. You eventually need something more intense and you need more space and more equipment, and a gym provides all of that for you in the same area. Some people are practicing for things like squatting, which includes huge dumbbells. Some people are bodybuilding. Some people are doing more than just calisthenic workouts. So I don't think it poses a direct issue for gym memberships per se. As like every year, even this year, gym memberships shoot up around this early time of the year, even as Apple Fitness Plus and Peloton, which is something like Apple Fitness Plus, and also the Mirror company, which also does the online mirror. So there's plenty of things like Apple Fitness Plus. There's plenty of gym people who make their own apps. Fitness people on YouTube make their own apps for working out at home, and gym membership is still very high just because all the equipment necessary for different type of people trying to reach different type of goals is still out there, and you need to get to the gym in order to get to that stuff.
Okay. Gabriel, are you ready, sir?
Oh, Mo, I am. I'm ready.
I don't know if that was the sound of desperation or the sound of a slaughter on the way, but we're finna find out. Your time starts now.
Judges, I'm sorry, but Mo, you just shot yourself in the foot again. Apple Fitness Plus is a complete threat to gyms. You even had to introduce the argument that Peloton and mirrored workouts would actually not be a threat, but these are at-home workouts. Apple Fitness Plus is an at-home workout. It is absolutely a threat to other or outside location gyms. 2 things you don't know about me. 1, well, you do, is Apple Fitness Plus. I'm on this journey. And 2, I was actually a top YMCA fitness facility membership sign up for 2 years while I was in college. So I was around 2 Mr. Olympias, 1 former, 1 current, and these people wanted these workouts to be in their own space. Apple Fitness Plus is a complete threat to a gym. You know the beautiful thing about Apple Fitness Plus, not Peloton, not these mirror workouts. Apple Fitness Plus uses body weight and workouts. You don't need all this fancy equipment. If you go to a real gym, those guys aren't using the machines. They are using the dumbbells. It's a light piece of equipment. It's not a full piece of equipment like you were stating. They are using body workouts themselves. And Apple Fitness Plus, what it does is takes away that social anxiety that people feel. You said people are signing up for gyms. Not this year. I was working in finance, working with businesses all over the country. Do you know how many accounts for gyms I had to shut down?
You guys have 1 minute. Begin.
Even
I can
this year,
see
people
where
are
your
still
heart
signing
is
up for
by
gyms.
saying that
No,
it
because
is not
literally,
a threat
the gym
to
where I
gyms.
work at,
But Mo,
actually
I mean, Apple
multiply
Fitness Plus
people
is
coming into
$10.
the
Your
door.
average gym
Apple
membership
Fitness Plus
is
requires you
about
to be
20
at
to 24.
home.
It's usually about
You
$1 a
can't get
day,
all
which
your
makes it
body
about
weights
30
done
actually.
at home.
And you have the
to be in the gym
convenience
in order
of
to get
being
some stuff.
at
If you're going to
home,
be someone
doing your
squatting,
workout.
competing,
You're
you
not
have to be
making
in
a
the gym.
commute to the
Being
gym.
at
You're
home,
not having to be
being at home, you're
around other
stuck with the
people. You can
limited
do the
capabilities of
workouts that
only
you
things
want to
that are
do.
around you.
Now, as a
You do
beginner
need to be
workout, I
in the
can
gym in order to
probably
get
speak
the
for other
complete
people
full
just starting
workout
off.
in.
You
Even
don't
starting
feel
off, you
that
have to
pressure
be
of
in the
all
gym in
the
order to be
high-end
there.
folks doing,
There is no pressure
heavy
when you go to
weights
the
and all
gym. You
that
have
jazz.
your
You
trainer.
can
You
work out
have
with
to
the
be in the
trainer
gym
right in
in
front
order to
of
get
you.
the
And why
full
the heck would I
gym
pay a gym
feeling just because
membership
there's so many
when I
people there.
have a $10 thing that
When
hooks
you're
up to my iPad or my
Fitness
iPhone?
Plus, you're only
It's just
dependent
completely
on
illogical. And
what
you get
they're
a month
teaching you
free
on
or
the
3 months
screen.
free if you get an Apple
And I
Watch
tried
Series
Apple Fitness
6.
Plus stuff, and I go to the gym at least 3 times a week. I can guarantee you,
Do you hear
it
that
cannot
shovel? He's
replace the
just
gym.
digging himself down deeper.
Yup.
All right, I'm going first, Mike. So you ain't gotta ask nobody to go out. I got this. I need a few minutes.
Oh
So
Lord.
this is interesting to me because Mo actually had the right side of the argument, in my opinion, but somehow still lost the argument because he forgot a critical piece of information. Mo,
What did you forget, Viper?
you can only sign up for Apple Fitness Plus if you own an Apple device. How did you? I don't know, how did you forget that? And Gabriel mentioned the fact that people that sign up for Apple Fitness Plus don't have to go through that social anxiety of being surrounded by other jocks in the gym. Gabriel wins the argument. He shouldn't have won the argument, but he won the argument.
Thanks, Pepper.
Scott, look at me.
What's up?
Look at me. If you start rubbing your face, taking a long time, I'm gonna mute you. Okay? You look at me. You look at me.
I didn't do anything.
No back talk. Look at me. Okay? What you got?
I have Gabriel.
Okay. Adrian, who do you have?
I mean, should we even have to ask? This will be another TKO.
It's all right.
I mean, the fight is technically over with at this point, right, Mike?
Technically, but we still have 2 more questions. So, we still have 2 more questions. Mo might have a chance.
Man, Mo,
Mo,
you
I
made
would just like to say that I'm using Apple Fitness Plus, and I have canceled my memberships to Orange Theory Fitness as well as Planet Fitness, and I'm doing just fine.
and Mo, you made a statement in there like you couldn't do all your body weight exercises unless you were in the gym. I was like, well, my body weight goes with me everywhere I go.
I don't remember
And I don't
asking.
need to go.
for
When you said it,
I don't
We
remember
gave it
depending
what
on what
you
you're
gonna
working
do?
out on.
explanation for.
If you ain't gonna mute, then you ain't got no control.
oh,
I don't remember asking for explanations from anyone.
I'm sorry. I have to.
So until the
Hello.
next question is
How
over
are
with,
you?
we are going to continue.
We're gonna continue down this path. All right. So here's the deal. Technically, if we're going off of the points like we are, Mo, you got to kill these next 2 questions. And I said there were 5, but I may have 1 more up my sleeve just to see what happens at the end of all of this. So let's go ahead and get into the next one, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? Was the M1 chip the industry disruptor Apple hoped that it would be? Was the M1 chip the industry disruptor that Apple hoped that it would be? There's a lot of talk about the M1 chips this year, or last year, I should say. My God, I can't believe we're still saying that. There's a lot of talk about the M1 chips and a lot of talk about, what Apple was capable of this year. So, Gabriel, since that technically was another TKO, but we're going off of the points, Mo, you get to choose your side of the argument with this one. And Mo. All right, Mo, hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. All right, hold on. Let me do this real quick. All right, Mo, look, it's just me and you right now, okay? It's just me and you. Everybody else is gone. It's just me and you. You got to win this, dog.
All right.
You got to do this. You got to do this. You got to do this.
I gotta calm my nerves.
It's cool. It's cool. Breathe. Take a shot if you got one. I ain't got nothing in the cup. Take a shot. I believe in you. I'm gonna bring everybody else back in. I'm
the only one that believes in myself, and I'm going to be my only cheerleader. So go on.
I believe in you too, Gabriel. But Gabriel, goddamn it, it's a bloodbath right now. Like, damn it! Oh, Gabriel froze. I was about to say somebody screenshot it. Anyway, all right. This is the question: was the M1 chip the industry disruptor Apple hoped that it would be? So, Mo, are you going to say yes or no?
I would like to say yes.
You will say yes. Okay. Gabriel, that means that you will say no. So, Mo, you have 1 minute and 30 seconds to argue your side of this question, and your time begins now, my brother.
Yes, so Apple definitely did disrupt the industry with the M1 MacBooks for some major factors. One being extending the battery life of a thin and light computer to about 18 to 20 hours on a single charge. Also being able to have professional development and video editing and other high-end applications be able to run on the M1 Max without them overheating, glitching, stopping, freezing, etc., etc. Also with the M1 MacBooks, it showed people that you don't need these huge machines in order to get the raw power and performance that you need, whether in a professional workspace or for school. So the M1 MacBooks, again, on the side of power, performance, and battery life, have completely changed the industry and has probably been one of the best moves Apple has ever made ever since ditching PowerPC for Intel. So Intel to go into their own silicon has just proven to everyone, even PC enthusiasts, that the system on a chip architecture, the architecture is here to stay. And I'm quite sure we can probably foresee other companies mimicking the same way. Windows recently, Microsoft started working on their own again to have it run well, to have it run better. We all know Windows ARM is always pretty shoddy.
Okay, Mo, you left a little bit of time on the clock, but I like the confidence. Gabriel, are you ready to argue your side of the question, sir? Gabriel?
I can.
Okay. All right.
Or I am. Sorry.
And let's go.
So your main argument, Mo, is that Apple is designing a chip that essentially can run current software. That's not the industry disruption that we need. No, the M1 chip was not the industry disruptor that Apple hoped it would be. It's the promise of a disruption. It is an introduction. Heck, the two new products that they even introduced the M1 chip for didn't get the full redesigns that we were hoping or were expecting, quite frankly. It is not the disruptor. It is the entryway. It is the first step into saying, we are just toying with you, industry, this whole time. But the M1 chip just isn't it. You mentioned system on a chip. Look, an ARM. Why are you even going into Windows and ARM? The M1 chip is about just saying, hey, we're here. We can design our own thing. We've been doing it on tablets, phones, etc. But it was not the PC or laptop disruptor that we were. Who was expecting it? Actually, that's a good question for the judges. Who was expecting this big disruption off the first generation silicon chip? I wouldn't say that a lot of people were. In fact, a lot of people are going out and buying 380s and the AMD cards and not system on a chip. So I'm going to leave it there. But no.
Okay. That means you guys have 1 minute to go back and forth. Let's go.
It's not just about running
one
current
thing that
software.
you forgot as well,
so
and it should be
good
mentioned for the
people are
judges,
updating
is
their
what
apps to work with
industry
it, and
are
it's
we
working
talking
phenomenally well.
about in
Even
particular?
the industry
Is
itself
it just laptops?
industry
Are we
itself has
talking
already
about
echoed Apple's promises
chips in
already
general?
of
In that
the
case, you can
working
bring
better.
in,
Even
the
that
A
just alone
series
shows
lineup
the M1
that
didn't
are in
even
the
go back to redesign in order to work properly and disrupt the industry. It kept the same old design and was still able to come in and no one was able to recommend a MacBook Air before.
Hello.
And now most people are recommending. Is he good? Most people are still recommending a MacBook Air right now.
No, we're still here.
Professional work.
Oh, I'm still going. Okay, I can't hear anything.
Most people are still recommending.
Keep going, Mo. Keep going.
All right. Well, I'm just going to keep talking. If you can hear me, great. Apple M1 chip was not the disruptor that Apple hoped it would be.
There's no computer that can
was
compete
just an introduction
at the
and
moment. Even though
power.
the
You will
Apple
see the
entry,
M1
even
X
if it is
or the
entry, it's still a
M2
disruptor.
being the
Because now
absolute
it has
disruptor
shown Intel
once
to
Apple
have
introduces a
something in
redesign
mind.
to the
So
actual products that the M1.
Okay. All right. I think everybody got it now. I think everybody realized that that time is up. So I will unmute everybody. Gabriel, can you hear us? Gabriel? I don't think he can hear us.
My mic cut out towards the end, and so it come like
no
completely.
idea
So
what's
I really
going on.
couldn't hear anything either. I hear myself too, and I gotta.
Oh no! Oh no!
Well, this is embarrassing.
I can hear everyone just fine.
Yeah, I heard everybody.
I hear everybody.
Oh,
Viper, did you hear everybody?
I can hear everybody. I don't think Gabriel can hear us though.
Okay, Gabriel, can you hear us? No, he can't hear us.
I can hear everyone now.
So well.
Okay. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and do the judging, and then we'll let Gabriel get it right. So, Scott, who do you got?
I actually have Mo on that one.
Oh, okay. Oh, we lost Gabriel. Okay. All right. Viper, who you got?
Mo.
Adrian.
No.
Little comeback.
Look at how the tables have turned. All right. Gabriel's back.
I think Gabriel got notifications, and it was like throwing all of his mojo.
Possibly. Gabriel, can you hear us?
Now I can hear you. No, my whole thing just went black squares and everything. That's why I was like, what's going on?
Okay.
I apologize.
That's fine. The judges did side with Mel on that one. So
makes sense.
But we got one more question of the evening. And like I said, may have one more in there just to see what happens.
What's the score?
The score as it stands right now, let me do my math because it's kind of tiny. It looks like it is 8-4.
Okay.
So the next question, although it looks as if Gabriel might take it, like I said, if the judges will allow it, we might have one more question. We might have a little bit of fun tonight. We'll see what happens. But we're going to go ahead and go with the next one. And I think this is kind of a funny one considering everything that's going on tonight with the AirPods. Are the AirPods Max the true bridge for Apple into tech and fashion?
Being that I am into tech and fashion, y'all gonna have to really impress me.
Ooh,
so
Lord.
Like I said, are the AirPods Max the true?
Why I got moved to the bottom row?
Because you said they got to impress you, so they need to look at you when they're talking.
Okay.
Are the AirPods Max the true bridge for Apple into tech and fashion? I mean, look at the case, look at the colors, look at how people have been carrying them and using them in videos. Do with you will with that context. Mo, because you won that round, Gabriel, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, Gabriel says yes, which means Mo, you must argue no. So Gabriel, you shall go first because you lost that last round. You have 1 minute and 30 seconds on the clock. My sir, your time starts now.
Judges, this is not a poll for emotions, but go ahead and look at Adrian and look at the design of the over-ear headphone and plus how good she looks in them, just as an aside. But we can absolutely say that the AirPods
I should be
Max,
on the screen right now. He said it to me.
The AirPods Max is truly an introduction into Apple and into tech and fashion because we have seen the reviews. We have seen the initial impressions. A lot of reviewers are saying that these are $550 headphones that maybe aren't supposed to be $550. So what is this product about? It's about showing off what you're wearing. You're wearing Apple. It looks good. Can we all agree, judges, that unlike other over-ear headphones that are plasticky and they're kind of creaky, even the XM4s, as good as they are, they can't compete with the build quality, the shiny stainless steel, and even the mesh that is on these AirPods Max. Not to mention that it comes in actually some pretty beautiful colors, if I don't say so myself. I appreciate fashion as well. So yes, the AirPods Max are absolutely a true bridge because it's not about a technical supremacy on audio and tech specs. No, it's about saying, look, I want something that sounds good, but if I'm going to be wearing cans in this stay-at-home environment during the pandemic, I want something that looks good when I'm talking to people or going to the grocery store and blocking out the world with my ANC. And so, of course, I'm going to buy these Apple AirPods Max. They are, again, I'm going to finish off by saying they are a true bridge into tech and fashion. And again, look how good.
You ain't finna keep doing that. You're not finna keep on doing that, Gabriel. I ain't gonna allow it.
It is not.
I ain't gonna allow it. I ain't gonna allow it, Gabriel. I ain't gonna allow it. All right, Mo, you got 1 minute and 30 seconds. If you're ready, your time begins now.
Gabriel made some really good points about it. I feel like he missed the point of the question. The point of the question was the AirPods Max, the true bridge for Apple for tech and fashion. Anybody who's been in the Apple sphere for any number amount of years know Apple and fashion have gone hand in hand. For tech and fashion have gone hand in hand for years. The very purpose of the acquisition of Beats headphones was literally to have the the sound card was even great, but the fact that celebrities were wearing it, they were custom made ones for celebrities to have and to enjoy. Everyone wear a pair of Beats headphones literally just to show off, and that already put Apple already in there into tech and fashion. They were already a part of it. The bridge was already made for them. They were just walking through it again with their AirPods Max. The AirPods Max look better than a lot of other headphones, but this is not Apple's first time doing this. Even the Apple Watch, it was very fashionable with the custom watch faces, with the custom watch bands, with the partnerships with different manufacturers, watch bands and stuff like that. So Apple already a part of tech and fashion bridge. Most Android people will actually argue Apple's nothing but a fashion statement. Apple's nothing more than just a logo, a luxury logo, almost like Louis and Gucci almost. So the bridge between Apple, tech, and fashion has already been built by Apple, or has already been fortified or buttressed by Apple a while ago already. So the AirPods Max is not an introduction into it. People were wearing Apple products to show off as fashion products for years now. As I said, the purchase of Beats was already to include that. And then the Apple Watch bands, the customizations or different cases for Apple products. This is why most third-party manufacturers manufacture for Apple.
Okay, you guys got 1 minute. You guys got 1 minute to bring this home. Now, before we finish this, I want to ask the judges a question. So we've been moving pretty good for the night, right? You guys think we've been moving pretty good? We've been moving right along pretty good.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think if Moe does, I'm not a judge, so before anybody thinks I'm rigging this, I'm not. If Moe should happen to get all 3 votes, do you guys think we should do a bonus question?
Sure.
Well, I mean, that would be two knockouts to 2 knockouts and 1. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's kind of fair.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys have 1 minute to rebuttal. Mo, you know what stakes are on the line right now. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys your 1 minute and let's go.
Judges, there's not going to be a 6th round because Mo just shot himself in the foot again.
Not Apple's first
he
rodeo.
just admitted
Apple
in his argument that people relate
AirPods
Apple
Max
as
was
a
not
fashion
the bridge. The bridge was already made because of Apple products.
He just compared him to Louis Vuitton and Gucci. So that goes against the basis of the argument in the question. The question is the AirPods Max
which is why
a bridge into tech and fashion? You even said you started off your argument by saying that I made good points, and yes, I did. The question is about AirPods. Beats was a company before Apple was even in the industry. It's an irrelevant point. We're talking about the AirPods Max.
Which is why they
they're
like
right
to
there,
customize
Mo.
their things to be
They're
different from the industry.
They're right there, Mo.
Apple has been doing this
stop
for
shooting yourself
forever.
in the foot. You're admitting that the AirPods Max themselves are indeed a fashion and tech bridge. They combine the two.
So it's a decent argument, but the bridge was already made by Apple.
It is a decent argument.
That's it.
Apple
correct. That's it. Okay. All right. Excuse me. Sorry about that. All right. Adrian, who do you have?
Hello. I'm going to have an exclamation. Why? Because I can, and I better not get muted. Okay. So my YouTube channel is coming back in March, and it is about technology and fashion. And with that being said, I could probably just vote for everybody. Let's just be real. Gabriel, I like that you're so confident, but boo, you lost that. You lost that. Mo had the argument. The question is, are the AirPod Max the true bridge for Apple into tech and fashion? Apple's already been there. They simply already been there.
I feel like by the nod of Viper, I think I know where he's voting.
For real, Apple's been there. I mean, what other company comes out with in their first iteration, mind you, with a $17,000 watch? I mean, come on now, Apple's been there.
Wait, that watch was 17 grand?
Yeah,
The pure gold one too.
Yeah.
Duff. All right, Scott.
And they have designer bands.
Yeah.
Scott.
Yep.
Who you got?
I mean, honestly, it was the Beats acquisition talking about people wore the Beats with nothing plugged into them and they weren't Bluetooth. That was a great argument. The watch band, the watch band. I mean, he's right. He built the argument to say that true bridge had been there a lot longer. So yeah, I got Mo on this one.
Look at that. Beautiful. All right.
And it still looks
So-
nice.
Overtime.
We have an overtime round, ladies and gentlemen. This one is for all the marbles, so I want to make sure that we are clear on the points going into this. Gabriel, you are still in the lead by 1 point. So you have 1 point over Mo going into this one, which means all you need really is just and one judge. If you get one judge, then that means we have to have another tiebreaker. You get two judges, you go home a winner. Mo, you gotta get all three. That's the only way you could win this. Otherwise, we're going to another sudden death. So I'm going to pose this question based off of the one from earlier because I like both of your answers earlier, and I want to see how you guys handle this one here. Is it foolish for a consumer to purchase an Intel Mac right now? Is it foolish for a consumer to purchase an Intel Mac right now? I know that there are two people on this panel right now that purchased Intel Macs last year. Three, actually. I forgot. He did. Mo, you got one too? Okay.
I got one last year.
I'm on it right now.
As am I. So this is the question of the evening. Mo, because you won that round by 3, but because Gabriel is beating you by 1 point, Gabriel, yes or no?
That is a tough one. I'm going to say no.
Okay. Which means, Mo, you will argue yes. So you guys read the question one more time. Make sure you process it, understand it. And Gabriel, if you're ready, let me know, and your time will begin when you say go.
All right. Go.
Let's do it.
Judges, the question is it foolish for a consumer to purchase an Intel Mac right now? The question does not say the latest and greatest and, what kind of silicon chip. No, if you are a professional right now, you can't upgrade to the M1 chip or a MacBook Air or a Mac Mini. There are people still using Catalina, for crying out loud. There is a reality that some people need that older architecture that, yes, we can call old. We can acknowledge that. But it doesn't mean that it would be foolish. Some people need that extra power in an industrial and a professional setting. They are consumers of Apple as well. Don't let my opponent tell you otherwise. These are the people buying the products. They are high-end, expensive products that they need to run server farms or professional studios, whatever the case may be. So why are you going to call these people foolish when they are even voting with their wallets to keep older machinery because it runs the software that they need to run to make money? Now, again, listen to his description of what a consumer is. For a general consumer, we have to make that distinction. So again, judges, I'm just asking for a logical thought here. Is it foolish? No, it is not, because you can't umbrella who the consumer for Apple is. And right now, some people indeed do need an Intel Mac because they don't know what the future holds. And maybe 5 years from now, we can have a different discussion. But I'm going to leave it there. It's not a foolish decision.
Okay. Mo, you know what you got to do?
Before I begin, before I begin, I would like to preface this argument by saying I personally would never refer to any consumer as foolish because everyone
Come on, boy.
things according to their needs and their wants. But I would yeah. So let's begin.
All
I
right.
believe purchasing an Intel. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
So purchasing an Intel Mac right now, I believe, is a bit on the foolish side because Apple has already promised that all of their top-end machines are being gonna go to Apple Silicon. Purchasing an Intel Mac means right now you're setting yourself up for less support in the future. You will not be supported for as long, only because Apple is ditching Intel. Secondly, the performance from the M1 Max for the phones we have right now indicate that the more power-intensive users are going to get a better machine coming soon. Third, also with the Intel MacBooks right now, their performance scaled up, was scaled with the M1 MacBooks on the 13-inch. The 13-inch M1s already beating some of the higher end Intel models in performance and raw Geekbench, and also in running software through emulators alone, let alone when manufacturers. And now you have to worry. People who create software professionals are all trying to have their apps, or most of them already do, or most of them already promised that they're going to move into the Apple M1. So if you're a consumer who wants the most out of your technology for the long term, then you're automatically going to want to go with the M1 and not Intel. Buying an Intel model right now is still very expensive, and it's not, again, it's going to be an older architecture, as my opponent already clearly stated. So buying one is a bit on the foolish side, and saving that money and investing into a future product that's going to last you longer would be the smart financial move to make.
All right, gentlemen, you have 1 minute to get all of it out. Get it all out. Put it all.
You need to get your. Oh,
go ahead.
You need to get your facts straight, Mo. In single core performance, the M1
Hold on. Go. All right.
I hadn't started the timer yet.
Single core. I thought you said go. In single core
the
performance,
M1 right now, everyone who has an Intel Mac right now, they decide
you're being too narrow. In the words of Willie Do on GadgetCast, there's a lot of speculation here. The promise of the future isn't here yet. The question is it foolish for a consumer to purchase an Intel Mac right now? And you're ignoring that consumer base that needs those Intel x86 architecture chips and servers and professional applications. The judges themselves know people right now who have not upgraded to the latest and greatest software or latest and greatest chips. They are out there, and that is why Apple is keeping them. You're making assumptions here that haven't come to pass and just aren't true.
Yeah, so even if the Intel
you are ignoring the umbrella that is Apple. It's not just the person who wants, an iPad
into a machine that's gonna last you longer, gonna be longer supported.
That's it. It's all over with. We're all done. It's all over with here.
Hey, I'm busy right now.
All right. Mo said he busy getting in that. Anyway. Scott, you look very puzzled. We'll start with you.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good.
I'm gonna go Gabriel.
Viper. Who you got?
Oh, I was muted. Gabriel.
Adrian, I just need
Gabriel.
Oh.
Oof.
All right. So now that we have an official winner for tonight's match, it's Gabriel T. Black, 11 points to 7.
That was tough.
It was very tough. So while we have a few minutes before we close it out, I just want to ask, what was the resounding reason why you guys gave Gabriel that one? Because the chat looked like they were leaning towards Mo. So I'm just curious. I'll start with Viper. Why'd you give it to Gabriel for that one?
Because Gabriel made the point that it's just out there. I mean, we have a large YouTuber, Mr. Pantheon and Tech, who actually brought 2 of the M1 Max and returned them both because they could not support his current workflow. So there are a lot of people like Jason out there that do professional work that still need that Intel architecture because the apps that they use are not supported for M1 Mac. So, I mean, there you go. You have it right there. So.
Can I put a little thing in there right now? I think the question was more to buy one right now. But if you already own an Intel Mac, and you know use architecture, then why do you even consider an M1 if you know you don't need the architecture? I feel like if it was like, oh, you go into an Apple store right now and you have to choose which one to buy, but if you already own an Intel one, that's where my headspace was currently at with the question.
Well, let
can't
me
change
say
the
this
question to
for,
suit your argument.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not changing the
because
question. I'm saying where my mindset was at with the question. I'm
well,
not
let me
changing the
tell you
question.
why that mindset was still wrong. Because if you have, let's say, for instance, the reason I got one instead of waiting was because my old one died. There was no salvaging it. So if my old one were to die now, and I go to the store and there's an M1 and there's an Intel, I know what my workflow is, and based on looking at everybody's videos and whatnot, I know I can't do what I need to do on that M1. I basically have no more choice. The choice is to get the Intel.
Mhm.
So because of my workflow, it wouldn't be foolish. And he made that point.
Yeah, the devil you know versus the devil you don't. Like, it's like, does the M1 sound good? Yeah, no question. But there are probably some things that I may not be thinking about for my workflow, like right off the top of my head. And I might just have there's a shiny M1 in front of me. But I get it home and I'm like, crap, I really needed the Intel-based architecture to do the thing. And now I'm putting myself in a position. So I'm like, I already know what I'm getting with the Intel. So I'm just going to go with the Intel for now.
I do understand where Mo was coming from, but the question is what the question is. So that being said, Gabriel, you are the first winner of 2021's Saturday Night Tech Fight. Mo, you came in second place, but that means that both of you, by competing tonight, will be invited back to the Battle Royale. So make sure that you guys stay tuned and prepared for that. As always, it has been a pleasure. It has been fun having both of you on. Adrian, Viper, and Scott.
Just a warning, I won't be a nice judge by the time the Battle Royale comes around. So you have all of this time to get ready and get prepped, because when that comes around, I ain't going to be nice.
You were being nice?
Yes, this was nice tonight.
Also, look, I was about to say, Gabriel, you might not want to ask no questions.
I would rather know where I stand. And I think
fighters that participate in the fight, you probably don't want to come in here with Bluetooth headphones. Just don't do that.
Unless they're the AirPods Max, because I haven't.
Even still,
I think a lot of the issue is with the AirPods Max I believe they have a newer Bluetooth version than the AirPods Pro. Am I wrong in saying that? I think they have Bluetooth 6 or Bluetooth 5.0 or something.
Yeah, the AirPods Max have 5.0. I don't know what the AirPods Pro have though.
Okay, yeah, because they're both using Bluetooth. But I would say I will say this. Like I said, we're gonna close out here in a second. But that was the only thing. That's the only thing that you had going on, Mo. That's it. Other than that, I heard you.
I kind of missed that whole part.
Oh, you good? You good? I was just saying. I heard you. It was just that it was that just a little choppy, but it's all good. It's all good. Like I said, when you come back for the Battle Royale, you know what you need to do. So that being said, folks, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to close it out. I thank both of you for being here this evening and competing. Thank you for helping me to kick this off and start off the new year right with the tech fight. As always, to my judges, Adrian and Scott, and my special guest judge, the man about tech, Mr. Viper. Make sure you go to everybody's channels and everybody's social media, follow them, give them hell on Twitter, and make sure you subscribe and do all of that.
I wish somebody would try to come give me hell on Twitter for the way I voted. Y'all want to go there? Come on.
I don't go there. Absolutely not.
Oh, Scott, what happened to that energy on the way in? What happened to that energy you had?
What energy?
About LSU? What happened?
What about LSU? I was busy watching Ohio State yesterday. Look, I have no problems with LSU. I
have no problem saying that we really sucked this year.
Yeah, you guys are pretty terrible.
It is what it is. But we came off of a national championship undefeated. And I mean, it's not like you're about to get a national championship. So it's good.
Whoa. Let's slow down there. Slow down there. Hold on a minute. Nobody ever said, 1 second. Look, I was very happy that LSU beat Clemson last year because I just despise everything about Clemson. I was excited that we beat the brakes off of Clemson. And then
I'm so glad you're excited. I don't care.
Okay, here's what it is. In 2015, they didn't give us a shot against Alabama there. And then Ezekiel Elliott went 80 yards through the heart of the South.
He's still talking.
Before we close it out. Gabriel.
Damn right, I'm still talking.
Gabriel, you have a challenger. We might need to put that together. If you think, if you want to, we might need to put that together because
at some point I'm gonna get supporters behind me. So anybody wants to challenge me, I'm up for it.
I feel like everybody wants to challenge you because they think. I think everybody. I don't know. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know why everybody thinks they can take Gabriel out. We saw what he did tonight, but
same thing happens to me, Gabriel.
I'm not likable. I get
we're
it.
Nice.
So
we're nice. We're nice. We're likable, but everybody comes.
Scott, what was said to you? What was it that was said to you? It's egregious of you. Isn't that what was said last year? Egregious. How do you say it? Egregious.
I don't. Who said that? I don't remember. Huh?
Kevin, when he kind of got in that booty.
He dug up in there too.
Yeah, he did. What was it? He didn't say egregious, was it?
Yes, he did.
Was it egregious?
He said it was egregious of you to compare yourself on the same level of him and Marquez.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I didn't think it was egregious though. I thought it was
little slangs that he's got your back. All right, I'm gonna go in and go before you guys start start the emotional waterworks and stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here for the first Saturday Night Tech Fight of 2021. Hope to see you all in the coming weekend. We will catch you all later. We are out. I don't know why I cut my camera.
Oh, you
off.
left first.